What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be going over and talking about our first locker code of the year, a big time locker code today that you guys can plug in to guarantee yourself a free pink diamond in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. So what we're going to be doing in this video, you guys can pause the video early on, look at obviously the locker code, pause it, and type this thing in for your account. And get your free pink diamond. I would suggest, even if you're not really playing pink diamond or not really playing my team right now, to still plug this thing in for your specific squad. Now, what I'm going to be doing today is breaking down all of the new pink diamonds today, all of the new ones that these cards are included in Super Packs, but obviously it is an option pick. Option pack. You pick who you want to plug into your squad. So that's what we're going to be doing today, breaking down all of these cards. Now, Jamal Mashburn, again, I'm going to be on 2KDB looking at their releases as well, all of those types of things. So when we look at Jamal Mashburn, here's what you're looking at. A 6'8 small forward, comes with an 88 three ball, which is solid, comes with an 85 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, defensively 89 interior, 89 perimeter, solid rebounding, 90 speed, pretty solid. 6 Hall of Famers, post strider, physical finisher, set shot, lightning launch. 18 on gold, or 18 badges on gold, does not come with on-ball menace, which leaves something to be desired. Hot spot from the top of the key. Jamal Mashburn looks fine. I mean, genuinely, he looks okay as far as his release. It comes with the Naj Reid base. Doesn't look, really horrible, but I don't know how great that's truly going to be. Now, I want to see if we can't find Jamal Mashburn in here with the all-time Pelicans. I feel like he's gonna have a good card, a decent card in here, and he does. So we can see exactly the animations. I'll start with this. His player build looks pretty good. Release wise, I mean, his release isn't necessarily the best in the game, but it's usable. Like, there's no doubt about it. Jamal Mashburn is a usable card in the game. I don't think he's perfect. Like, I don't think, his release is perfect. I like his 6'8 player build. Small forward, can get the job done. Release wise, obviously leaves a little bit to be desired, but Jamal Mashburn's pretty solid. If I picked up Jamal Mashburn today for my specific squad, would he play? I don't know. I still think Rui Hachimura is better, so I don't know if he'd obviously play for me. But I don't hate this. I hate the card whatsoever. So again, he's to me okay. A card that obviously is a plug and play type guy. But again, I don't think he would probably play for me. The second guy we're gonna go over and talk about today is Chauncey Billups. Now, I really like the diamond Chauncey Billups when he came out. Now we see a pink diamond Chauncey. Start with this, his animation, his release. It's on normal pro dribble style. But defensively, this card's going to be a beast. 95 three ball, can't really dunk, that's okay. 96 ball handle. Defensively solid, 96 steal, 95 perimeter, 90 interior, 95 speed, great agility, 13 Hall of Fame badges, including on-ball menace, paint patroller, strong handle, shifty shooter, set shot. And I'll say it like this. If you shoot with the stick, Chauncey Billups greens more shots than nearly anybody else on the game. And I'll hold true to that. Like, I really did like the diamond Chauncey Billups when I used the card. I thought he was an absolute beast on this game. And now we're getting the pink diamond Chauncey. Now, I will say this. If you do use Chauncey Billups, his release is not the quickest. I'll go through and talk about it. His release obviously is not the quickest, but his release, I mean, relatively easy to time, easy to green. Not even relatively. Super easy to time, easy to green. His player build's good for the defensive side of the ball. I really like pink diamond Chauncey Billups, and I'm thinking right now he is probably the best option out of everybody. Now, with that being said, comes with hot spots from the top of the key as well as both corners. I like his player model, player build, and honestly, I think Chauncey's probably a top 10 or so point guard in the game. I've got SGA. I've got Chris Paul. So for me, it's tough, but I like Chauncey more than Victor Oladipo, Jalen Green, those types of guys. And honestly, even compared to Chris Paul, maybe he's better. I don't necessarily know, so those are the things we're going to have to talk about. But I really do like Chauncey Billups, and he could even be better than George Gervin at the 2. I know you guys are probably like, Ty, you're gassing it, but genuinely, I think Chauncey Billups has that type of upside. I really like Chauncey Billups in this game. I think he probably is going to be our best option. Now, let's look at Wally Szczerbiak. Let's give everybody the opportunity to deserve what they or to deserve to be the best guy to choose today. 92 three ball, can't really dunk, 86 ball handle, defensively okay, 87 speed. Wally Szczerbiak kind of stinks, and I'm not trying to hate on the card, but when you look at his stats, you look at his badges, he's going to shoot the ball well. Defensively, he's mediocre. But as far as top to bottom, like, Chauncey Billups is so much better than Wally Szczerbiak. Chauncey Billups has 11 Hall of Famers. Wally Szczerbiak only comes with 4. That's a big time differential between the two cards. And so, like, for me, like when I'm comparing the cards, I think Wally Szczerbiak is definitely going to have the definitely going to struggle to have the advantage. Now, I will say this, I do like the release of Wally Szczerbiak. And so, if you do compare Szczerbiak to a guy, let's say like Jamal Mashburn, I think that's a debate to be had. But I still think Mashburn's the more complete option. Sure, Wally has a good release. But outside of that, I just don't think the card gives you a whole ton. So for me, Wally Szczerbiak probably is like the worst guy to choose today. I genuinely believe that. Like when you're looking at who's worth it, who's not worth it, I think Wally Szczerbiak is going to be our worst option. Then we see CJ McCollum, 6'3", 96 3-ball, decent driving dunk, 90 ball handle, defensively okay, 90 speed, 5 Hall of Famers, 13 on gold. CJ is not bad. He can play point guard at 6'3". Offensively speaking, the card is going to be really, really, really solid. I'll take him into shoot around, see exactly what the card gets into. If he's on all-time Trailblazers, if he's not, I mean, it's not gonna happen because he's hurt all the time. But what I will say is this for CJ McCollum. I think he's hurt right now. Maybe he's not. But I think CJ McCollum, when I look at the card, it's just tough for me to get to him. Just for the sole fact of, like, Chauncey Billups defensively is going to be so much better than CJ McCollum. And even badge-wise, it's not particularly close. Like, again, I'm not hating on CJ McCollum. His release is fantastic. He's 6'3". Offensively, he's going to be a stud. But I think Chauncey Billups, as far as an overall card, gives you slightly more. Now, I think it's close. Because like I said, CJ's release is fantastic. His leaner is decent enough. Offensively, I think CJ gives you something on the court. I just think overall, as far as a complete picture, Chauncey gives you slightly more. But I like CJ McCollum. I think he probably so far is our second best option. But even if you look at CJ's player build compared to Chauncey's, it's not close. Chauncey has a way better player build. So I do not hate CJ. I don't think he's a horrible option, especially if you want a guy to use in like offline modes, like to just score the rock. CJ McCollum is going to be really solid at that. I just think Chauncey Billups gives you slightly more as far as an overall picture. But I don't hate CJ at all. This card is a card you can pick up that is going to give you a lot on the court, especially with that really, really, really good release. So CJ, you've got you're probably my second best card that I've talked about today. I don't really hate CJ McCollum whatsoever. The last card today is kind of a scrub, and I'll spend a little time talking about him. Chris Kamen, this card stinks. 7 feet tall, 78 3-ball, decent driving dunk, decent block, decent interior, decent rebound, but he's got 70 speed and he's only got 4 Hall of Famers. Like, this card stinks. DeAndre Ayton walks circles around Chris Kamen, and I don't even want to have to sit here and say that, but that's just the truth. Like, DeAndre Ayton is so much better than Chris Kamen. Yes, Chris Kamen can knock down shots, he can rebound the ball decently, but the card overall is not great, and I don't know who needs to hear it, but that's just the truth with Chris Kamen. Now, I don't even know. Is he on the all-time Clippers? I doubt it. Is he? Okay, he is, so we can, I guess, see what the release looks like. But I'm telling you, I'm not a fan of what Chris Kamen gives you. Like, I'm just not. As far as his player build, looks okay. Release-wise, horrible on the floor. This card is about the bottom of the barrel card for today. Again, I know people are probably like, well, Ty, isn't he like a decent cheap center, a decent free center? No, this card stinks. And I mean that when I say that. Like, you can go get DeAndre Ayton, who's going to be so much better than Chris Kamen. So the last thing that I'm going to do today is I am going to go in here and type in this locker code. So to do this, all you got to do is come in here to the locker codes, and you guys can see exactly what this code looks like. Thanksgiving Pink Diamond. So I'm going to type this thing in just like you guys can in your section. And I'm going to claim who I believe has the best chance of helping my specific squad out. Now, again, it's tough because the position that helps my squad out the most is probably my best position. Like, the guy in Chauncey Billups that I think is the best option is my strongest position. But I don't think it matters. I think when it comes down to something like this, you've got to choose the best player. You've got to choose the best option when it comes down to it. So, again, you guys can pick between each and any one of these cards. I do think Chauncey Billups is the right option here. I'm glad that 2K is giving you an option because you can get the best card at whatever position you want. It's hard for me to pass up on Chauncey Billups. And I want to show you guys something. Even Chauncey, compared to Chris Paul is going to be better stat-wise, but not by much. I'm telling you, Chauncey Billups is the real deal on this game. And I don't know if I'm going to start running a 2-guard system or what, but I might have to. I might have to start running a 2-guard type of system because I think Chauncey Billups is that good in this game. So that's kind of where I'm at with things. Let me know your thoughts on the locker code, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.